We are just underway from Wickwire Field in Halifax on the campus of Dalhousie University. This is the Maritime Super Series gold medal final between Suburban FC and the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals. Suburban FC locally from right here in the Halifax Dartmouth area, and Charlottetown, the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals, of course, from beautiful Prince Edward Island. So we are just underway. Suburban going left to right on your screen, wearing the red and blue kits. And the team from Prince Edward Island going right to left. They're wearing the white with blue. Starting keeper for Suburban is Elliot Lancaster. And for Winslow Charlottetown, Nicole McInnes. And a chance close in, and that's cleared. And that'll go out of bounds. So just over a minute into this opening half of this gold medal final. The conclusion of this months-long series, the Maritime Super Series. They started off with games out in Upper Sackville in May. Then they went and had a series in PEI and a series in Fredericton. And now back here for the gold medal final on the women and the men's side. Suburban with a 4-3-3 formation to start. The Royals with a 4-4-2. Working with it now, this is Sydney Kennedy. She was brilliant in the games that I called for this series back in May. There's a big shot and a save and cleared away. So Suburban pressing, and again it was started from the back by Sydney Kennedy, who again in those games in May was just absolutely brilliant for this Suburban side. So the Royals will start it away. Over to the sideline. Controlling it now is Campbell. She'll just roll it into the middle. That goes onto the foot of Sarah Eden. They try to push it through the middle. Looking to run onto it there was Bordage. Couldn't quite connect, and Suburban will pick it up now. And they'll look to work it back up toward midfield, but a nice job there by Lapine stepping in. Now Lapine, she had herself a good series and good games when this series opened up back in May. Several of these players I'm familiar with and still remember from those games I called back in May. Cheng Wei slides it to the back line, and now they'll just go and regroup on the back end. Let those backs do their thing, trying to slide it up through the middle there. That was Lydia Hamill. Controlled now by Suburban once again. Up for Kennedy. Kennedy goes to the left foot. She'll look to go between the legs of the defender, and she did. A nice little chip forward. And trying to catch up there was Olivia Crow. But it's turned aside. Now with control. Suburban will go to their back line now. Look to set it up. It's a little over 3.5 minutes into this opening half. Gold medal final of this Maritime Super Series. Kennedy had that ball come over in her vicinity, but it just went over top of her head. And that'll go out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for the Royals. Dawsey had it for a moment. Suburban again will regroup. Maddie Blinn. Blinn rolls it up through the middle, trying to connect with Longley. Again, you'll see Suburban very calm, going to their back line to control. Into the middle. See if I can get a confirmation on number 41. See if it's 47. I think that happened last game. Olivia Jack, her jersey looked like a 1, but it was a 7. I don't want to guess, but that's what happened last time, so maybe that's the situation there. As Kennedy makes a run down the right wing. Kennedy puts on the brakes, cuts it back, slides it into the middle. A little chip now over for Chasson. Kennedy curls it in toward the top of the area, and then it's high into the air. A couple of players come in trying to get ahead on it. And it settles down onto the foot of Harnish. Maya Harnish again. She'll just calmly roll it back to her teammate. Hatcher. Across the field over that Dalhousie D at midfield. Blinn rolls it ahead. Blinn again. Challenge there as the two players come together. Play carries on, trying to feed it through to the middle for Dawsey. Dawsey got kind of tangled up in her own footwork and then stepped over top of the ball as she was trying to make a move to go around two Suburban defenders. But a nice effort there by Wendy Dawsey, number 2 in the white and blue for this Winsloe Charlottetown Royal squad. So free kick opportunity now. Sarah Eden. Dangerous. This is fairly close. Going to try to go along the ground right into that defensive wall. And then trying to step into it there was Kina Azuma. Good 1v1 battle over on that far sideline. Ball lofted in toward the middle. Settled there by Dawsey. Dawsey again doing some good work in there, trying to free that ball up. But it's Suburban who will roll it up along onto the foot of Olivia Crow. Crow had it go beyond her, and they'll just roll it back to the keeper, McInnes, who will settle it and then just push it off to that right side. Still 0-0 just early on. 6:36 into this opening half. A heavy gray sky, but the good news is, at least right now, it's brightening up a little. No rain. If you're watching any of the live streams from Wickwire earlier today, or even just checking out social media, you would have known that we had another deluge of rain again overnight and into this morning into the greater Halifax area. Some flooding took place. Some streets were closed off for a while, but nothing of the likes that we saw a few weeks ago, thankfully. But again, another rainy day here, but right now just kind of calm and humid as the Royals go to the goalkeeper, and McInnes steps into it high into the air. Dawsey got a head on it as she went up against Chasson. Royals again. Campbell takes a look, rolls it ahead to Fisher. Fisher turns. Long ball on the diagonal. Trying to run onto it there was Chengwei. Does a good job. Chengwei had it go just past her. And it goes out over the goal line. And it'll be a goal kick for Lancaster. There's Kennedy, ever dangerous. Two players marking Kennedy. She'll just go back along the sideline. Now on the attack, Fisher into the middle. Intercepted nicely there, but the Royals keep control. This is Lapine. Lapine with a crack on goal. And sailed it high, but not a bad opportunity there. Never a bad idea to direct that ball in toward the goal. And for head coach Jonathan Voss for this Royal squad, he told me before the game, first 5-10 minutes, he wanted to see some intensity from his side, and he just wanted his players to rise to the occasion. This is it. The Super Series wraps up today, and one of these two teams will have some gold hardware hung around the necks. And for Andrew McDonald and Suburban, he just simply said, I want us to play our game. So we'll see which coach sees his team execute the plan. Right now it's Kennedy dashing toward the middle of the field. Tried to feed it over there. Going just past it was Lapine. And then Lapine unceremoniously dumped down to the turf. So a free kick for the Royals as we approach the 10-minute mark. Opening half of this gold medal game. We'll have the men's Super Series gold medal final later on this evening, scheduled for a 9 p.m. kickoff. And considering all of the rain and tricky weather conditions for most of the morning, it's been a good job by the organizers here to keep this tournament on task and on time. Ball rolled through the middle. Couple of quick touches here now. Kennedy feeds it over into the middle, and then putting it along was Longley. A couple of defenders converge. And the advantage given going to be a free kick for Suburban on that foul by the Royals. So again, dangerous territory for this free kick. A good run into it, and that is sent high and over the crossbar. But again, dangerous distance there as Longley had that free kick opportunity and stepped into it and just lifted it high over the crossbar. So no damage done on that free kick. As time marches on here in this opening half, Royals down the sideline. Turned over there, Suburban. They'll just dribble out up the field. Little touch pass for Kennedy. Back to Harnish. Harnish rolls it to the back line. Hatcher. Into the middle, Suburban. Very comfortable playing this kind of wait-and-see game, playing it to the back line, regrouping Kennedy. Oh, nifty little back heel there from Kennedy, and that springs Harnish down the right side. Harnish crosses it into the middle, and only a white sweater there and cleared out of harm's way. But again, just a cheeky little move there by Kennedy to back heel it. Now again, Suburban coming on the attack. Crow lifts it into the area, off the crossbar and into the back of the goal. And Suburban draws first blood. I was looking for a flag, didn't see any, so the play looks to be onside. So Suburban strikes first. Or no, they don't. So perhaps that was offside as they're lining that up now for a goal kick. It looked to be good. So I didn't see any offside flags raised, but however, we remain 0-0. So rewind all the excitement if you're a Suburban fan. We stay no score here, 12:25 into this opening half. There's McInnes settling with that ball. Chips it forward almost to midfield. Bordage was in taking a look, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Royals. Throw in. Control. This is Azuma. And Azuma watches Zach go out of play, so we'll have another throw in. This time it'll be Suburban. Far side of the field. Just a few meters on their side of the midfield stripe. Now Suburban. Again. Looking to find that opening. Ahead to Kennedy. Little give and go there with Harnish. And now it's Longley. Longley cuts into the middle, feeds it through. Paul was loose. And again, Suburban just pushing their way inside the 18-yard box and then finding a way to chip it over into the middle. And the Royals forced to just hang on defensively and then finally clear it out of harm's way. But again, Suburban looking dangerous. They'll have a throw in. Comes right back to Harnish. Long ball in, and that goes right into the waiting hands of McInnes. And the Royals send it away quickly. Trying to use some pace now. Down the right side. Long run, pushed ahead. Dawsey trying to make a couple of moves over against a couple of defenders on that far sideline. As Dawsey and Chengwei tried to combine to make something happen there for the Royals, trying to get a little bit of offensive spark. Royals again. Ball rolled into the middle. That finds Fisher. And that's going to roll harmlessly to the side of the Suburban goal. And it'll be a goal kick for Lancaster as we remain 0-0. Suburban FC and the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals. It's the women's final of the Maritime Super Series. Suburban again. There's the dangerous Kennedy down that right side, being watched closely by Campbell. Kennedy cuts in, left foot, hooks it in off the hand, and it's in the goal. And this one is definitely going to count And there's that number, 32 again, Sydney Kennedy. And that is a quality finish off of a quality move to cut in, create some space for her to get that left footer away. And she buries it, no mistake, into the far side of the goal. Sydney Kennedy, goal scorer extraordinaire, picking up where she's left off. And the announcement of the goal. And Kennedy has ball on foot again, rolls it up ahead as Harnish gains some space down that right side. And then coming over to challenge was Hamill. So the Royals, they dodged a bullet earlier when a ball went into the back of the goal, but it was called back. But no calling that one back, as again, Sydney Kennedy just with the quality move and the tremendous strike off the left foot into the far side. Goalie was there, just got a hand on it, but too much pace on that strike from Kennedy. Kennedy, when this team was here for the beginning of this series back in May, was player of the match. I think both games that I did play-by-play for, Kennedy was player of the match. I remember speaking with her post-game after one of the games that Suburban played. You know, she talked about how great it is to have this series and to be able to showcase not only her talents, but the talents of all of her teammates as well. It's a great opportunity. Quite often, a lot of these players have to go elsewhere in Canada and sometimes even south of the border to go to showcases and other events in the United States. So having this series take place in the Maritimes is just a wonderful opportunity, not only for fans to watch quality soccer, but for these players to have an opportunity to play at a high level and to showcase their skills, not only for those in attendance, but also for anybody watching via the Maritime Athletic Profiles live stream. So 1-0 your score, 17 and a half minutes into this opening 40. Royals tried to find an opening through midfield. Suburban clears it right back in. That went off the knee of a defender as Dawsey goes to the far side. Through ball, trying to connect there with Eden. Dawsey went down. And that's going to be a free kick now for the Royals. The ball almost exactly at midfield. Just inside the stripe. And that's lifted well forward. No flags, plays onside, looks good. Down deep in the corner. Nice defensive play by Suburban. Getting in there was Harnish. Has it now. Backspin ball forward. And that'll just go out of play right by our broadcast position here at midfield. And it'll be Maya Harnish with the quick throw in. That's Olivia Jack. On the ball again is Crow. Into the middle, Chasson. That's Megan Chasson. A couple of sister combinations on this Suburban team. Katie Chasson, number 29, and Megan Chasson, number 33, are sisters. And then we have the Crow sisters. We have Emma, number 36, and Olivia, number 80. And there is Olivia trying to get on that ball. Bit of a scramble. Crow, Olivia that is, had a foot on it for a second. Back it comes. That's lifted high into the air and softly into the arms of McInnes. So Nicole McInnes sends that skyward. Eden. Both teams take turns sending it back toward the other team's end. Here's Dawsey looking to spring Lapine as she thought she might be able to run onto that one there. Right idea, just couldn't get the timing down as Dawsey tried to send away Lapine. Lapine also dangerous offensively for this Royal squad. Falling was Fisher, and they'll go back to the keeper, Lancaster. Just past the midway point of this opening half. Suburban with the 1-0 lead on the goal by Sidney Kennedy. And quickly back to the keeper. That could have been dangerous, and it rolls in. Is that an own goal? That play happened exceptionally quickly. I have to see on the replay here. There's they see the ball through, and it just kind of a misplay. I think just kind of miscommunication between the backs of Suburban and the keeper, Lancaster. And, you know, I'll say all the time, it's never a bad idea to put the ball on goal, but I don't even think that was the intent. I think that was just the Royals trying to push that ball forward, and it was almost a case of you take it, I got it, as there were a couple of Suburban players there on the back line, and as they were going back and Lancaster was coming out, none of them actually got to the ball, and it just agonizingly slowly rolled into the net. So the own goal has equalized, and I did not have that on my bingo card, an own goal. However, in the wonderful world of sports, one of the wonderful things about it, you just never know what's going to happen. So the Royals on the own goal now find themselves back in a draw, 1-1. So we'll see now. I'm sure that head coach Andrew McDonald will just be wanting his team to shake that off, flush it, and move forward. But we'll see now if that maybe puts a little bit of deflation into the balloon of this Suburban side. You never like to give up a goal anytime versus your opponent, but certainly an own goal can have a bit of a deflating effect. But that's it. You got to move on. You got to flush it and carry on. So we're 1-1. And if you're the Royals, hey, you'll take it. They don't ask how. They ask how many. Stepping into that one was Martel for the Royals. Martel rolls it to the back line now for the Royals. Perhaps buoyed a little bit by that goal. And they'll just play a game of catch here on that back line. Trying to find that space to roll it forward. Now they do. Little chip back to Campbell. And again to the back line for Hamill. Now Hamill walks into that one. Dawsey jogging after it. Harnish there as well for Suburban. Now Dawsey got right in on top of Harnish down in that corner. And it'll be a goal kick for Suburban. Play into the 24th minute now. Suburban worked it forward, then Olivia Crow sent it back. Now there's a long ball. Seeing if a couple of players can perhaps run onto it. Gracie Summers was there. Summers now in a race for it, and Chengwei just gets there ahead of Gracie Summers as Chengwei lowered the head and put the Jets on. Chip forward off the foot of Campbell. Now Suburban. Harnish slides it over. Quick ball forward there by Megan Chasson. Royals will gather it with Hamill. Lydia Hamill just rolls it back to the keeper, McInnes, who just calmly sets it there, puts it off to the right side. Now again, the Royals, they'll come to this near side. Kennedy keeping a close eye for Suburban. Sarah Eden, head up. Doesn't like what she sees. They'll go back to the keeper to regroup. Now they'll try again with Hamill. Hamill takes a couple of steps. Passes it forward to Fisher. And the foul. So a chance now to reset here for the Royals. They'll go to the back. Now they'll make a run diagonally to the far side, Mia Martell. That's stopped down. Jumping into it was Longley. Longley will work it back in Suburban again. Lots of communication out there on the field between the players on both sides of the pitch. Up comes Maya Harnish. Harnish, calmly looking, gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy puts a toe into the ball, left foot, curls it in. Right idea. Tried to connect with the on-rushing Longley, and again, the vision of Kennedy. Just tremendous anticipation for Kennedy to kind of read where her teammates are going to be, and then has that ability to put the ball into space and allow their teammates to run onto it. Dawsey couldn't get there ahead of Maddie Blinn. Into the middle, Longley again, and it's cleared away. Back it comes to Maya Harnish. Harnish with some space. Now she'll get some pace going down the right side around a couple of defenders. Harnish has it, being pressured by Fisher. But again, just another good run. Harnish used the speed, took it in, and the result will be a corner kick for Suburban, and it'll be the goal scorer for Suburban, Sydney Kennedy, who just rolls it into play. Longley, she'll make a run back. Come to the near side for Harnish. Kennedy. Put it forward, gets it right back now. Kennedy looking for space, goes across the field, pushed forward by Longley. And the Royals on the back foot a little bit right now as Suburban pressuring. So Suburban seems to have completely moved on from that own goal that was the equalizer. And certainly the last couple minutes they've been pressuring and have had the Royals on the back foot for sure. Suburban to Kennedy. Now play catch. Back it goes to Hatcher. She'll slide it across. Little chip ahead. Looking for it was Crow, but stepping in was Hamill for the Royals. And Suburban has it once again. Jack for Harnish. Harnish, little hop, skip, and a jump. Gets it to Jack. Now onto the foot of Crow. Olivia Crow. Lost it there. Good defensive play. And now Dawsey. Dawsey with some nice footwork. Gets in around the defender and pushes the ball forward. Good work by Dawsey. But again, Suburban calm control from the back end. Hatcher. Far side moved up by Blinn to the left sideline. Challenging in there aggressively was Lapine. And it goes out of play as Lapine was down to the turf, and now the referee is going to have a couple of words. So into the 30th minute, a 1-1 score. We are even. Sydney Kennedy opened up the scoring for Suburban, and then a little while later, an own goal gave the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals the equalizer, and that's where we are. Free kick chance here for the Royals. Headed away, and now Kennedy steps on it, pushes away the defender. Kennedy, good pace on that through ball. Chance now. This is Grace Summers. Summers looking good, crosses it into the area, and coming out to dive onto the ball is McInnes, as lurking dangerously was Crow, as Gracie Summers crossed that ball in dangerously for Suburban, but Nicole McInnes read it and dove out to grab it away. Jack. Back for Harnish. Harnish just turns and goes back to the keeper, Lancaster. Quick little reset for Suburban. Nice pass up to Kennedy. Kennedy, another pass, and then a chip off the foot of Chasson. Suburban, so good at those quick one-touch passes. Within a matter of seconds, 5 and 6 players on Suburban can get a touch on that ball. Here's Jack. Finds an opening to Kennedy. Kennedy again with the back heel. Harnish tried to run onto it, but a Royals defender, Hamill, got there first. But again, you see the creativity of Kennedy, number 32 for Suburban. Very dangerous out there. Couple players come together. A nice 1v1 battle as the ball was cleared. And again, Jack steps on it. She'll roll it over to Kennedy. Kennedy back to Jack. Skips it back to Kennedy. They're having a little backyard game of catch. Now into the middle for Megan Chasson. Chasson gets it right back. Chasson takes a look, lifts it forward, and nobody home, and that's going to roll out of play, and that'll be a throw-in for the Royals. 31-24 and counting in this first half. 1-1 your score. This Maritime Super Series gold medal game between Suburban FC and the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals. Scott Squires with you along with the Maritime Athletic Profiles team. Glad to have you here on a pretty pleasant Saturday evening weather-wise. A bit of break in the clouds. It's not uncomfortably humid. A little bit of a breeze going. Pretty darn good night for soccer here at Wickwire Field. So again, the referee coming in with some stern words. And Suburban takes advantage and works it ahead. Kennedy, so comfortable going straight into a defender and then chipping it off. Now it goes to the far side as the sun makes an appearance here at Wickwire Field late afternoon. Kennedy again, dangerous from this area. Kennedy tried to find an opening. Now it's Olivia Crow. Crow in a crowd. Gets it back to Jack. Now to Crow. Olivia Crow tries to put it toward goal, but it's the Royals who are able to clear. And again, it's been a good chunk of time now that Suburban has definitely had the Royals on the back foot. Since that own goal, Suburban has recovered nicely and again has been coming in waves at this Royals team. But where it matters on the scoreboard, we're all even at 1-1. Kennedy again. Not sure if he did that on purpose, but she lets it go as Harnish gets there. Keeps it just in. Harnish tried to get it back to Kennedy, but it's the Royals who intercept. Up ahead, Dawsey now. Goes for a jog, but couldn't catch up to that ball, and it's Hatcher. Bailey Hatcher. Into the middle. Little touch forward there for Longley. Longley for Chasson. Megan Chasson. Chips it into the middle. And the Royals will just again calmly roll it back to the keeper. Royals have spent much of the last 15 minutes or so in their half of the pitch. They haven't really had much in the way of any kind of offensive push into the Suburban side of the field. And that's, I'm sure, no problem for Elliot Lancaster, the keeper. And as I say that, now here comes Lapine. On the attack from distance, Lapine forces the keeper Lancaster to dive and make a save. Quality strike from distance by 13, Emily Lapine. But relatively routine save for Lancaster. Again, Kennedy, head up. Steps into it with that left foot. Kennedy to the back. Hatcher. Into the middle for Megan Chasson. Now they'll go back again. Long, low, darting pass up to the left. Suburban. Again, they'll just play that almost like a box where they'll just go one side to the other, forward and back, quick touch passes until they find that opening. There's Harnish. Little crossing pattern with Kennedy. Nika Kennedy now sees the opening. Into the middle, tried to feed it to the top of the box, but it was turned over. But they might get another chance as Jack tried to dipsy-do her way through a crowd. Took the shot, but it goes well wide. But again, that's Suburban. They kind of lull you to sleep with the quick little touch passes, playing kind of this, lackadaisical kind of, we're just going to pass it around. But very tactical, very strategic with what they do. They make a bunch of those quick little touch passes, and then someone on Suburban will see an opening, and they just dart for it, and they go for it. So the Royals, through all of that, still have just given up the one goal to Suburban, and they've got an own goal to their credit. So that's where we are, 1-1 into the 36th minute. So not sure how much added time there'll be, but getting down into the short stages of this opening half. Suburban. That ball just goes out of place, so it'll be a throw in. Maya Harnish. Hatcher to the middle. Now to the other side where Blinn gets it right back. Maddie Blinn up to the left side. Suburban trying to cut toward the middle, and then sliding into the ball was a Royals defender and clears it out of harm's way. Quick throw in onto the feet of Megan Chason. Harnish has had the ball on her feet for quite a bit of this opening half, and as has Kennedy. Kennedy, oh so calm in traffic, feeds it to the middle. That shot high. Big save, rebound chance there. Is it tucked in? Yes, it is. And it's Grace Longley, right time, right place to deposit it in. But that was all started earlier by the work of Suburban. There you see Kennedy calmly into the middle, and then the long shot forcing the keeper, McInnes, to use every inch of the frame just to get a fingertip on it. But once McInnes committed to going high to deflect that ball, she was at the mercy of Grace Longley. So Longley probably won't score many easier than that, as she was right there on top of the goal line to deposit in the rebound of that initial save. And it was a tremendous save by Nicole McInnes off of that high shot that was headed right toward the crossbar. But once that ball came down to the turf, Grace Longley just said, "How you doing?" and tucked it in. And in the late stages of this opening half, Suburban has the go-ahead marker, and they now lead it 2-1. So the team's trading goals here, although I guess technically Suburban has scored all three. The Royals marker an own goal by Suburban. Royals, you never like to give up a goal late in a half, especially obviously a goal that's going to give your opponent a lead, and that can certainly change the complexion of the last few minutes of this half, and also just change the mood of the two teams at half when they're, going over strategy and making adjustments for that second half. It feels just a little bit better to have the lead at the half, especially when it's on a late goal like Suburban just scored. And again, it's just Suburban playing that calm, controlling style, and then when they see the opportunity, they strike quickly, and you just saw it there on that last goal. The initial shot sent in high, save made, and then the rebound put in by Grace Longley. So 2-1 your score here. We're now almost at full time in this opening half. We'll see how much time the match official adds on. Jack head up. Again, just those quick touch passes. Good job there by Longley to take the defensive pressure, getting a push in the back, but still controlling that ball. Chasson. Megan Chasson comes over to Harnish. Harnish again. Ever present with the head up. Went to Hatcher. Ball's turned over, though, to Lapine. Lapine taking a look, seeing if she can spring Dawsey, but it ends up going again to Suburban. So here's Kennedy. Had to go off of her shins. Bounces into the middle. I'm going to have to confirm as the field clock continues to run if they're 40-minute or 45-minute halves in this gold medal final. Don't know if they've changed the time of the half. They have been 40 in the round robin, but again, I didn't see any signaling of added time, so we'll confirm that. That's good information to have, whether it's 40 or 45-minute halves. It's the details that are important, my friends. Into the 42nd minute. Again, Maya Harnish, so steady. Puts on some speed now. Harnish, you know what she's going to do. Look for Kennedy, and she finds Kennedy. Taking it deep, in along the goal line now. Kennedy gets some pressure. Good defense there from Kate Campbell, as she stuck to Kennedy like glue. So a late corner kick here for Suburban. These set pieces can be so dangerous. Olivia Jack. High in toward the goal area. And the Royals able to clear. But again, it's quickly Suburban. There's Harnish one more time. The Harnish to Kennedy connection has been quite present in this opening half. Harnish again. Takes the challenge there, but works the ball back to Hatcher. Rolls it along. Now it'll come to Harnish. Harnish takes a look. Sends it diagonally, trying to connect there with Gracie Summers. Lapine to Chengwei. Chengwei up along the sideline. Dawsey with a little chip. Play carries on here. Jack steps into that. Nice little touch for Longley. Grace Longley scored just a few minutes ago. Has the ball again. Left it there, gets it back. Longley chips it near side for Harnish. Harnish settles it, works it. There's Kennedy now trying to get to her spot in the middle. Rolls it across. Good challenge from behind. And the Royals, Dawsey trying to work around Jack. Dawsey stays with it to Chengwei. Now to the back line. Azuma. Royals stepping up the field. They'll send it forward. And that's going to go by everybody in Lancaster. We'll just stop it there and get it right back to her back line. Megan Chasson. Harnish. So good with that ball at her feet. Harnish rolls it ahead for Kennedy. Chips it ahead. Now she'll cut back. And back to Harnish. Harnish and Kennedy. Seems they're always together over there. Ball bounced up into the air. Olivia Crow tried to turn and make a move. But the foul called. And it'll be a free opportunity here. Free kick for the Royals. 2-1. Suburban leads. Goals from Kennedy and Longley. And an own goal is the marker for the Royals. Nicole McInnes readies. So it is 45-minute halves. So the clock now stops. So we are now at full time. Nice little heel. Trying to work it into the middle. That was turned aside. Put right back up towards Cheng Wei. Cheng Wei, nice move to get around the defender. Gets a challenge there and taken down from behind as Cheng Wei making a good run down that right side. Well, it's from an angle, but again, dangerous area for this free kick. Everybody getting set, and it's going to come off the left foot. Hooked in toward the box and through a crowd. The yellow-clad keeper Lancaster found a beat on that ball and just cut through everyone and grabbed it. Suburban controlling. We are at full time. We're into added time now. I didn't see a signal of how many minutes of added time there were, but we're certainly a couple minutes into added time. Suburban working down the sideline. And there's the whistle to signal the end of the first half, an eventful one. 3 goals in total. 2 goals for Suburban, an own goal against Suburban. So it's 2-1, Suburban leading the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals after one half of play in this Maritime Super Series gold medal final. You're watching the Maritime Athletic Profiles. We'll be back. Both teams back on the pitch getting ready for second half action of this Maritime Super Series gold medal final between Suburban FC and the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals. Royals trailing 2-1 after that first half. They'll start now on the left side of your screen. They're wearing the white and blue kits, and Suburban now going right to left on your screen. They're wearing the red-blue kits with the yellow trim for their numbers. And we're underway. Scoring in that first half for the Suburban FC side. Sydney Kennedy opened up the scoring. And finishing it off with the second goal of the half was Grace Longley. And then an own goal charged against Suburban. That gave the Royals their lone marker of this one. So that's where we stand after 45 minutes. 2-1. Throw in now for the Royals. Both teams had the half to make adjustments and talk things over. We'll see now what the Royals have to offer here as Zerhide works it back. There's a long shot, and that's just going to go by everybody and be a goal kick for Elliot Lancaster. So Suburban, they just play that very calm ball control style. Maddie Blinn rolled it over. Worked up there by Hatcher. Back it comes to Hatcher as, again, the sun peeks out from behind the gray cloud cover, turning into a relatively pleasant evening here at Wickwire Field on the campus of Dalhousie University. This is Jack sliding it back to her keeper, and quickly Lancaster hammers it down the field. That's headed high to the air. Trying to settle it there, that was Zerhide. And trying to put a hip into that ball was Lydia Hamill. And whatever works for you. That time Hamill kind of did a Latin hustle and put the old hip into the ball as she tried to get control. Long throw in. Settled there. Couple players in chasing after it. It went off the head of a Suburban player. Now it's up toward midfield. Lapine trying to settle it at her feet. And then she saw Cummings, tried to get it for Cummings, who watches that ball go back to the keeper. And then Lancaster pushes it to the right side. They'll go up the right wing. In defensive there is Campbell. Campbell trying to track down now Harnish. Look at this run from Harnish. This is a dynamic run down that right side. Cuts it into the middle, and Chengwei is there. Ball high into the air. Down it bounces to the turf. Over to the far side again. Harnish. Solid ball into the middle. So pressure again from Suburban as we open up this second half. So the referee spotting the ball now for Kennedy. So that must have, it was hard to see from my vantage point here. It must have been a handball inside that 18-yard area, and it's a penalty kick now. So a big moment here as putting the ball on the spot is Kennedy. So 1v1 in the truest sense here. Kennedy steps in. Lowell on the turf, and Kennedy has her second off the penalty kick. Sydney Kennedy, no mistake, as she finds the far corner, rolling it along the turf. And Kennedy has her second, and Suburban has their third. And they extend the lead, now 3-1. So again, it was pressure from Suburban, ball into the area. A handball, or it might have been a foul. It was hard to see from, again, just from my vantage point. But the penalty kick was called. And you put somebody like Kennedy at the penalty spot, and more often than not, a striker of her quality is going to find the back of the net. Lancaster actually guessed right in terms of going to the side of the goal that Kennedy put the ball toward, but just angled enough, low enough, and enough pace that it found the back corner. Now Lapine on the attack. Lapine shoots! Lapine! Dangerous! Lucky 13 for the Royals, and answering back in mere seconds are the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals. Emily Lapine. Money. What a strike from 13, and I mentioned it earlier in the game. The two players to really keep an eye out offensively, Sydney Kennedy for Suburban, Emily Lapine for the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals, and they both have hit the score sheet. Suburban back the other way again. So Lapine says, don't count us out just yet. As quality again, just tremendous, tremendous skill on display here at this Maritime Super Series. 3-2. Royals now regrouping back to the keeper. In taking a look, Liberty Uke. Uke, one of the substitutions for Suburban in this second half. She wears number 9 in the maroon and blue. Guess it's kind of maroon, a little reddish maroon. Mared, how about that? We'll combine maroon and red. We'll call it Mared. To the back, Royals. That's Mia Martel. Martel now on the center back position, rolls it ahead. Stepping into it quickly now. Kennedy trying to get there. Kennedy dangerous, but the keeper McInnes read it right and takes that ball right off the turf as Kennedy thought she might have the hat trick goal. Kennedy with 2, Longley with 1 for Suburban, an own goal and a Lapine marker for the Royals. Now it's Cummings trying to catch up to that ball, but it'll roll out and be a goal kick. Great to see some of the young soccer players in attendance here, helping out retrieve the balls when they go out of play. It's a great display of skill for young up-and-coming soccer players to be able to witness here and to be able to look up to and maybe want to play in a Maritime Super Series one day. Into the 53rd minute. 3-2 the score. This Royals team, you can't count them out. Sydney Kennedy scores on the penalty kick, and seconds later, Lapine replies for the Royals. Royals pushing it up again. Lapine had it go by her and then took a shove. Lapine went down. Blinn puts the arms at her side and says, hey, that wasn't me. And Lapine now just peeling herself off of the turf. Free kick for the Royals. That's curling off to the left, headed in toward the area, and just cleared by Ty. Now it's Grace Longley. Longley scored in the first half. Longley being watched there by Fisher. Longley now trying to run past Fisher, but Fisher does a wonderful job defensively to stay with that ball and force the turnover, getting possession back now for the Royals. But it's turned right back over, and Suburban will look to try and get something going. But now Lapine. Could Lapine have some room? Tried to push it ahead and see if she could run to it, but just a little too far, and Suburban able to clear it away. Three to your score. Maritime Super Series gold medal waiting to be put around the necks of one of these two teams. Right now it's Suburban with the 1-goal lead. And as this half starts to move forward, you'll start to see things really tighten up and the intensity pick up as well. Not that it hasn't been intense so far, but typically in any type of championship game where a trophy and medals are on the line. When you get into the late stages, you really see that intensity start to pick up. Kennedy, ever dangerous, regardless of where she is on the field. Looking left, looking right. Readying the free kick. Sends it right in toward goal, and it's cleared away. Kennedy hoping that one of her teammates could run onto that and maybe direct it in toward goal, but it was cleared away by the Royals. Maritime Super Series, in collaboration with Rising Tides Canada Youth Cup, would like to thank tournament presenting sponsor Macron. Work hard, play harder. Today's live stream presented by Events Nova Scotia. And also, we'd like to acknowledge the premier partner, Events Nova Scotia, as well. And without sponsors coming on board and giving the support that they do, events like this just wouldn't happen, whether it's the games on the field, the court, the ice, whatever, and the live stream coverage as well. Sponsorship so very important. Suburban. And I'll just go back to the keeper now. Lancaster rolls it to the right side. Hatcher all the way down that right side, and watching it go out of play is Carrie Doherty. Into the 57th minute now, 3-2, Suburban in front. Kennedy steps into that crossing pass. Now Jack rolls it forward. Quickly turning on the attack. This is Uke. They'll work it to the back, into the middle for Jack once again. Some good footwork there to get around the defender and roll it to Kennedy. Kennedy working around Chengwei. Back for Jack, into the middle. Jack tried to make a quick move there. Now the Royals will turn it back the other way with Lapine. Leaning on Lapine is Emma Tai. Lapine tried to split two defenders. Now she's getting some help from her teammate. This is McIntyre for Chengwei. Chengwei had it taken away there. Nice effort by the defender, Blinn. Lots of chatter out on the pitch between both of these teams. Fans looking on anxiously. Supporters of both of these teams, as you can imagine. Family, friends, and otherwise. Ty with the throw in, gets it back. And that ball went into kind of no one's land there, and then some big collision there as McIntyre was trying to run onto that ball. It was kind of put back in toward the penalty box and in the goal area, and there was kind of nobody there. And then I think just Emma McIntyre looked and said, oh, there's an open free ball, made a dart for it, but then defender came over and a bit of a big collision, but everybody's fine, and it's a corner kick. Low, curling out toward the top of the box, and it'll be Suburban who will get to it and clear it away. Always hold your breath time anytime there's a set piece, especially late in a game. Working with it now, this is Eden. Little stop and go move by Doherty. Rolls it up ahead. Fisher in a crowd, and the ball goes out of play, so it'll be a throw in. I want to thank the Maritime Athletic Profiles technical crew. In the first half, I was back a row and I was sitting down, and I'm just not a play-by-play sit person. So I asked, hey, if I move down a step and I stand up, does that affect your guys' camera angles any? And producer Clark looked at me and said, well, kind of not really, which means, yeah, a lot. But they did. They moved their cameras down a step so that I could come down and stand up in a big collision. Goodness me. Two players came together quickly there. That was Cummings and Longley, and both kind of got tangled up, and you could hear the clash up here. Both kind of went down for a second and popped right back up. Kind of reminds me of the commercial for the toys when I was a kid, the Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. There's viewers right now of a certain age will know exactly what I'm talking about, and if not, Google it, my friends. You'll see what I mean. They both went down. They got up super quick. Into the 60th minute. Royals looking for the equalizer. This gets into the part of the game now where you really start to keep a close eye on the time. And right away you could see the Suburban players with the arm up signaling offside, and indeed Suburban knew that effort from the Royals was indeed offside. So they'll reset now. Suburban clinging to that 1-goal lead. It's the penalty kick marker from Sidney Kennedy. That's the difference at this point. Suburban looking to work upfield. This is Megan Chasson. Again, Suburban so good at those quick little one-touch passes. Ball cleared forward, handled nicely by Martell as she settles it at her feet. Moves it up toward midfield. Jack is there. Free ball. Royals get to it first. That one underneath the feet of Martell. And it'll be a throw-in for Suburban. Less than 30 minutes until we get to full time, and then, of course, more than likely there'll be a few minutes of added time anyway. Couple players clash together now. Making a dash. This is Eden. Has Lapine with her. Eden decides to chip it off to the other side. There's a quick shot, and it's into the goal! The Royals have equalized in the 62nd minute. You could see a bit of a rush forming from the Royals. And Eden, I thought she might be eyeing Lapine to the right, but it was McIntyre, I believe 18 McIntyre to the left, who gets set up and makes no mistake. And we are back on even terms. And it is indeed Emma McIntyre. So Sarah Eden was running upfield almost shoulder to shoulder with her teammate Emily Lapine. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, she's probably going to try and thread this through for Lapine to run onto to get a chance. But she saw Emma McIntyre to her left. Great vision to be able to find McIntyre, and McIntyre deposits it in behind Lancaster. And we're back to square one. 3-all. Emma McIntyre with the equalizer in the 62nd minute. Huge moment right there for these never say die Charlottetown Royals, the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals to be exact. So here we are, back on even terms, 3 apiece. 6 goals scored in this one. An offensive outburst on a Saturday evening at Wickwire Field in Dartmouth. Well, apparently right now at least the big D in the middle of this field does not stand for defense, as it's for 2 high-quality teams like this. Yes, they have offensive abilities, but usually when 2 very talented, well-coached sides like this come together in a gold medal final, quite often you'll see maybe a 1-0 or a 2-1. But both teams have displayed defense when needed, but there has been some tremendous offense on display and quality finish. That's been the big thing. The goals that have been scored have just been quality strikes, quality finish from both sides. So 3-3, your score, 6 goals in total, and still nothing decided. Plenty of soccer left to go here in this one. As the sun now out again, throwing long shadows across the field for all of these players. In the videography, photography world, it's getting close to what we call golden hour, where the sun just sets to a certain point and has a nice kind of golden glow. Throw in from Cheng Wei. Over the head of Lapine. Lapine looking for it, though. Dangerous there as Lapine tried to get the foot up to the ball and almost put it right into the chin of Megan Chasson. However, everybody's okay. So Suburban taken the lead, only to see the Winsloe Royals fight back. There's a long ball to this near side, coming down at the feet of Ty. Ty kicks that right into the midsection of the Royals player, Olivia Cummings, who kind of puts the hands on the hips and says, "Whew, okay, I felt that one." Royals roll it back to the keeper. McInnes sends it away. Onto it quickly is Zerhide. Zerhide will just roll it back to the keeper again. So the Royals have yet to have a lead in this game. They've been either tied or trailing for the entire match. However, they're at a 3-3 tie. Suburban opened the scoring. They've had a 2-goal lead, and right now they find themselves 3-3. Who will be the hero in this one? Who will be the one to get that game-winning marker that will send one of these teams into the lineup to get those gold medals? We are now into the 67th minute. So again, just to review the goal scorer, Sydney Kennedy has 2 for Suburban. Grace Longley with 1. An own goal charged against Suburban for one of the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals markers, and then Emily Lapine and Emma McIntyre with the others. And you add it all up, and it's 3-3. And now a corner kick. Couple players there. It's cleared away. And now Uke onto it quickly. Uke. 3 players converge on Uke, but Suburban able to keep that ball. Chivanos. First time I've called her name in this one. Sent in dangerously through the area and out the other side. As a couple of players from the Royals were hanging out there, trying to keep it safe. McInnes will get it right back after rolling it into play. McInnes plays catch with a couple of her teammates. Now she's going to go back to the other side. Royals is playing it calm here, trying to find an opening to work it upfield. And they'll try to regroup from that back line. And once again, back to Lancaster, and why not? Lancaster tries a long distance feed now, gets it up almost to midfield. There's McIntyre, who has the equalizer just a few minutes ago. Off the head of Cummings. Now Lapine, dangerous. Lapine! Oh, a big save! Lapine had the angle, got the shot away all in one stride, and oh, goodness, Lancaster. 10-bell save for the Suburban keeper. Circle that one if Suburban able to get the win. What a strike right there, going for the far side. Just Lapine, so very dangerous. The last person you want with the ball on their foot if you're Suburban, and a quality strike toward the goal, but Lancaster equal to the task. Best save of the game so far. Now the ball into that area. Lapine thought about it. Couldn't get it cleanly, and Suburban now just have to clear. Now it's the Royals keeping Suburban on the back foot a little here. Long ball, looking for Eden up that left side. So all of a sudden you get the sense that maybe the Royals have the little bit of momentum. Maybe the pendulum has swung their way momentum-wise. They'll just roll it back to the keeper now. There's Lancaster, who just made that dazzling save just seconds ago off of Lapine, and it's Lapine enforcing the issue. Suburban now turning with it quickly. Running up the left is Kennedy. There's Chengwei stepping in the way just in time as Kennedy thought she might have an opening. Turning with it now is Longley. Longley sends it over that Dalhousie D to the right side. Chivanos up to the right. Trying to make a run down that right side is Harnish. And it'll come to the Royals. Harnish enforcing the issue. They work it up the sideline. Fisher couldn't keep it in play, and it's a quick throw in. There's McIntyre in hounding. McIntyre chasing on that ball carrier again. Couple of quick touches there. Sidestepping into it was Cummings, working it ahead. Now back it comes to Blinn. Blinn rolled it forward. Now it's Chasson. Couple of players down to the turf. Ball back to Suburban. Maddie Blinn. Over there for Hatcher. Up the right side. Chivanos trying to make a move over there. Harnish comes to help out. And now the Royals back on that ball quickly. That one up ahead, trying to connect with Lapine, but it's cleared away. You know Suburban will be keeping a close eye on Lapine, and now Kennedy. Dangerous the other way for Suburban. Leaning on Kennedy is Zerhide. And Kennedy just lowers, and there's the yellow card. Little too aggressive there defensively was Faith Zerhide, as she was trying to do all she could to stop Kennedy from busting up and getting a chance on goal. And then first card we've had shown today. So Faith Zerhide gets booked with the yellow card. And that's going to create a dangerous opportunity here into the 72nd minute. So lining this one up is Grace Longley. Longley has a goal in this game back in the first half. You see the defensive wall set up there by the Royals. Longley strides in. High over the crossbar. A little too much air underneath that one. Substitution coming here.
Suburban FC. Checking in off the bench, number 37, Gracie Summers.
So Gracie Summers into the game.
Subbing out after a hard
And Liberty Uke.
number 9, Liberty U.
So 9 out and 37 in. So Gracie Summers back onto the pitch. And the Royals will bring it up. Lapine tried to get it on that ball. And kind of lost her footing a little bit there, and almost like a two-footed slide tackle. But advantage there to the Royals, much to the chagrin of the Suburban fans that are here. Martel up ahead. Nice little header there from Cummings. Ball back high again. Settled there. Kennedy was in looking for it, but the Royals able to keep it away. And then Martel sends it down deep, and Lapine a little too quick to get ahead, and the flag is up, and it's offside. There's a nice ball. Cheng Wei gets there just in time as Kennedy again had a nose for that ball, and Cheng Wei denies. Sometimes those plays go not so noticed, but big moments there late in the game when you've got a dangerous striker like Kennedy looking for any kind of opening, and you see the lovely play by Cassie Cheng Wei just stepping in and intercepting that potential opportunity. Right place, right time. Good nose for the ball defensively there by number 12 in white and blue, Cheng Wei. Into the 74th minute. This 3-3 tie. The Maritime Super Series gold medal game. These teams started playing the round robin games way back in May. Here we are in August to decide a champion. Lapine looking forward there. Turning with it was Megan Chasson. Now into the middle, it's Maddie Blinn. Lapine chips it over. She'll go for a run now, will Lapine. And Lapine, oh my. Good thing she's flexible, because she tried to get a foot on that ball and literally did the splits right at midfield. I just hurt looking at that play. Goodness me. Oh, to be young and flexible. So everybody out on the pitch right now playing their game. right? Trying to watch the ball, not do anything too dangerous. But the two players that you constantly see right now trying to find an opening, trying to give themselves a little bit of advantage to get in behind the defense and get a chance. Those two players, Sydney Kennedy with 2 goals for Suburban and Emily Lapine with 1 for the Royals. Not saying that there aren't other players on the pitch who can score. There certainly are, but Lapine and Kennedy constantly looking for those chances to get open. Here's Lapine again, doing some good work to get that ball away. Lapine now making a run. Lapine right into the heart of the defense. Look at Lapine. Nice little pass ahead for Cummings. Cummings tries to put it right back into the middle, and there's some good defensive play by Hatcher. Bailey Hatcher sacrificing body there, just kind of turning her back, blocking down that potential cross in. But it will be a corner kick now for the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals as Sarah Eden lines up on that corner flag. Takes a look around. Driving kick right past everybody to the far corner of that 18-yard box. Good move over there. Trying to get that shot away was Doherty. Doherty onto that ball quickly now for the Royals. And it's chipped out of play. Bit of a breeze starts to pick up here now at Wickwire Field. Bit of a swirling wind, causing some of the flags to stiffen here. First real breeze we've had for most of this match, but not an unwelcome breeze. Kind of pleasant, actually. McIntyre tried to put it ahead. There's Lapine running miles here, rolling it all the way back. Royals taking a look, and Martel calmly goes back to the keeper. McInnes under a little bit of pressure, works it up ahead, but it's intercepted by Harnish. Harnish has been all over the pitch tonight for Suburban. 52 in the red and white, the red and blue. Maya Harnish, solid effort from 52 for Suburban tonight. Well, there's an old song from back in the 70s. Time keeps on ticking into the future. And right now the time is ticking. Ball up the sideline. Out of play as Cummings came in for a look for the Royals. Ty, quick throw in. Taken well, back to Ty. She'll just roll to the back line. Blinn, steady back there. Little chip forward. Now leave it for Kennedy. Kennedy steps around the defender, gets oohs and ahs from the crowd as she got it past Martel. Summers now. Summers taken down. Cheng Wei went in on Summers, who was breaking down to the left, cut it into the box, and Cheng Wei was there defensively. And when Summers went down, the whistle immediately blew, and Cheng Wei threw up the arms and said, "No, come on." But the foul is called inside the 18-yard box. Another penalty kick. This is the second for Suburban. Kennedy cashed in the first. This is Longley for her second. Oh, just getting a hand on it there was McInnes, but deflected it up into the goal. The pace of the kick. Longley has her second, and into the 79th minute, Suburban has the lead back once again. This game has seesawed back and forth, but right now it's the strength of the two penalty kicks. Both goals. First, it was Kennedy, and just now, Longley. There it is, in toward the goal. Blocked down. So Longley with her second. And now here's Kennedy. Has him spaced down that left side. Kennedy tries to cut in. Kennedy trying to get around the defender, and it's cleared away. So Kennedy again, dangerous down the left side. So now as we play into the 80th minute, with that penalty kick goal from Longley giving Suburban the lead, does Suburban change their tactics a little now? Do they perhaps get a little more defensive and protective? We shall see. Certainly now, if you're the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals, you have to throw a little caution to the wind and know that you've got about 10 minutes or so to equalize. So of the 4 goals scored by Suburban, 2 of them off penalty kicks. Four, 3. That ball headed away as Megan Chason got in there. McIntyre in looking for it for the Royals. Good work over there by Chivanos. And the foul. So advantage now to Suburban. They'll take it quickly. This could be an opening now. 2-on-2. Working up with it is Gracie Summers. Summers tried to get around the defender. Great defense there by number 11, Mia Martel. She had Gracie Summers and Kennedy in trying to get an opening there, trying to find a way to get a ball in toward the goal and perhaps get a 5th goal and give a 2-goal cushion. But right now, we stay 4-3. Summers for Harnish. Harnish feeds it over into the middle. Longley tried to get a ball in. Cheng Wei is there, and a good job by Cheng Wei to take it away. Longley was in looking for the hat-trick goal, but it turned aside. Now back the other way, the dangerous Lapine. Stride for stride with Chivanos. Lapine directs it in toward the goal. Traffic jam in there as Olivia Cummings was in hoping to get something maybe pop free right in front of the goal. But holding on calmly was Lancaster. And now back the other way again, Gracie Summers. Cleared away by McInnes. Ty. Stepping around the defender there was Jack. Tried to work it ahead. Eden stopped that advance. And then it comes to Zerhide, who rolls it back to the back line for the Royals. Rolled up ahead there by Doherty. Now it's Cummings. Cummings up ahead. There's Lapine. No flag, was onside, but it's cleared away. Nice sliding effort there by Bailey Hatcher to clear that ball away as Lapine was looking for an opening. Now Harnish back the other way into the middle there for Gracie Summers. Back to Harnish. Harnish charging in. Harnish slides it off the post. Harnish that close to goal number 5 for Suburban. The keeper was beaten, but the upright post was not. Huge moment there. So that's a big one to keep in the back of your mind. A post right there.
Subbing in is number 29, Katie Chason. Checking out, number 78, Emma Ty.
So 29 in, 78 out. So Katie Chason into the game, Emma Ty out. So we've got the 2 Chason sisters on the pitch right now. Katie, number 29, and Megan, number 33. Into the 84th minute, 4-3. Suburban with the lead. The go-ahead goal scored on a penalty kick from Grace Longley.
Wendy Desi. Subbing out is number 6, Lydia Hamill.
So Lydia Hamill out, Wendy Dazzi in. Dazzi wears number 2, and she can be dangerous. Keep an eye on number 2 in white. She's got some pace when she gets going. Here's Lapine now. Bounces in front of her. Lapine tried to chip it forward. Suburban quickly onto that ball. There's Megan Chason. That was her sister Katie. Long ball forward. McIntyre was looking for it. Now Lapine settles it off the hips. Rolls to the right side. Tried to connect with Cummings, but it's intercepted. Suburban tightening up defensively here in the late stages of this second half. That's trying to get that past Cheng Wei, but Cheng Wei will get there and not allowing Kennedy to get a chance. There's Chason in as Katie Chason was trying to force the issue. Summers had it taken away by Cummings. Lapine tried to chip it back there to Cummings, but it goes out of play, so it'll be a throw-in for Suburban. There's the throw-in. This is Kennedy. Sydney Kennedy has 2. Rolls it back to Jack. Nice strong ball into the middle. Off the foot of Chason and cleared away. There's Chivanos. Look to work it ahead now, but it comes to McIntyre for Lapine. Lapine tried to work it up for Dawsey. Intercepted, though, and Suburban will control. That'll bounce down in toward the Royals' end. Jogging after it is Martel. And that'll be a goal kick. So into the 86th minute now. Not a whole lot of time left until we get to full time. And then whatever the referee adds on for added time. Chason again. Working it for Kennedy. Kennedy dangerous, cuts to the middle. Kennedy has two. Kennedy still has it. Kennedy, solo effort. Would have been glorious had she been able to get a shot toward goal. But the Royals stayed with her and finally stopped the advancement of Kennedy. Now quickly on it is Jack. Cummings does a good job of defending that ball and not allowing Jack to get in on top. Throw in, Lapine off the back of her head. But they're going to say out of bounds. So with time ticking down here, it's a throw in for Cummings. Cummings stays with it. Lead ball up ahead. A little too far for Lapine, and that's going to allow Blinn to get there and roll it back to the keeper, Lancaster, who sends it back to Blinn. Blinn has it taken away from Lapine from the goal line in front. Dawsey there, tried to get a shot away, blocked down. Back it comes onto the foot of Fisher. She couldn't get a clean look. Ball is still loose and Suburban clears it. Chengwei now steps into it. Chengwei lofts that ball high and well wide, but good pressure from the Royals here. And behind the play, it looks like Chengwei is down and perhaps favoring that left leg, perhaps just a cramp as Emily Lapine comes over to stretch it out. So the Royals, I'll tell you, what a resilient team this Winsloe Charlottetown Royals have proven to be here this afternoon. Despite the best efforts of Suburban to pull away and to get a 2-goal or if not more lead. This Royals team has constantly fought back time after time, but they're running out of time right now. So Idara Akpan into the game now. So Megan Chason heads to the bench. Akpan in. So number 6 in, number 33 out, and they still work on Cassie Chengwei. As Chengwei now up to her feet. Still looks to be favoring that left leg just a little bit. Not going to speculate on exactly what's going on, but just the way that they were kind of stretching it out there. More than likely a cramp. So Chengwei able to get over off the field of play. So this will certainly, my guess would be 3 to 4 minutes of added time once we hit full time in about a minute and a half.
Winsloe Charlottetown Royals, number 8, Aaron Piltzmaker.
So
Subbing out is number 12, Cassandra Chengwei.
So Chengwei will check out of the game. And seeing her first action, number 8, Aaron Piltzmaker. Doherty up to the middle. That ball lofted forward. Just beyond McIntyre. And Suburban will bring it up. Very close to full time here. And again, we'll keep an eye to see if we can find out exactly how many minutes of added time there's going to be. My guess is 4, but we shall see. Suburban, Jack looking for it. Good work there by Zerhide. Now Fisher. Back line. Turning is Martel back to the keeper. Up toward midfield. Dawsey takes it off the chest, settles it nicely. but Suburban takes it away. Now Chivanos up the sideline, trying to connect with Katie Chason, a little too far. And getting there first will be Martel. And that's going to roll out for a goal kick. And, well, my guess was on the money. 4 minutes of added time in this one. And another substitution coming here. So Olivia Crow going to come back into the game for Suburban. She wears number 80. So 4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes for the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals to equalize and to keep their gold medal hopes alive. Katie Chason tried to get onto that. Cleared down, though. Here's McIntyre. Lapine quickly getting to that, settling it, throwing it in for Cummings. Cummings, high fly ball. Bounces just to the side of the goal and out of play. Retrieved by one of the young soccer players back there. Lancaster directing traffic. Sent out. Cummings trying to connect with Lapine. Can Lapine get there before it rolls out over the line? Just keeping it in. Great effort by Lapine. But it ends up going to Lancaster, who now will again just cradle that ball, direct some traffic. Take more valuable time off the added time. Up toward midfield now. Bounces down for Katie Chason. Chason going stride for stride with Piltzmaker. Chason tried to heel it back to Kennedy. And that goes out of play. Piltzmaker. Long throw in down the sideline, settled there off the thigh of Summers. Now for Kennedy. Kennedy rolls it along. Kept in. Katie Chason tried to work it in. We are now into added time, so we're at the discretion of the referee. Now Lapine. Chance here, perhaps. Lapine tries to send it in, and it just went off of the defender, Hatcher, and out of play. But again, Lapine dangerous, and that's going to be a corner kick. So, anxious moments now on this set piece from the right corner flag. Sarah Eden steps into it, drives it in, bouncing around, cleared away. As a couple of Royals players were there but couldn't get a clean look. And the ball cleared away. Dangerous there when you have a set piece. Everybody holding the breath now. Down in some distress is number 10, Sarah Eden. Looks to be clutching her right leg. But play carries on. So right now, Charlottetown, the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals down a player. Here's Hatcher. Onto it quickly. Look at this pace from Hatcher. Works it ahead for Crow. Crow takes the shot just wide of the goal. Olivia Crow with the crack on net. And still behind the play to our right, Sarah Eden continues to pull on her tiptoes, trying to stretch out that apparent cramp. Well, at least she's got a smile on her face. I know around 3 o'clock in the morning when I wake up with a cramp, I'm not smiling. But hey, I'm not young anymore either. Camera operator Tyler's laughing at me because he knows. Suburban. And that's going to be it. Your Maritime Super Series Women's Champions of 2023, your Suburban FC. Well, as is heard often on fields and in arenas, when a team captures a championship, Freddie Mercury and Queen singing "We Are the Champions." And indeed, Suburban FC are the champions. And I think, you have to play the games, right? You don't win on paper. But I think coming into the beginning of the Super Series back in May, the odds-on favorite to capture the championship on the women's side of the docket were Suburban FC. But how about the effort today from the Winsloe Charlottetown Royals? Just a valiant effort, so resilient. They never led in this game. They were either equalized or trailing for the entire game, but they never gave up. They kept bouncing back, and they even had a couple of chances late. But when the final whistle sounded, it was Suburban FC with the 4-3 victory and capturing the Maritime Super Series championship. And 2 goals from Sydney Kennedy, 2 goals from Grace Longley, and of the 4 goals, 2 of the Suburban goals were scored on penalty kicks. So certainly they played a big factor in this win tonight, but a great effort by both teams. Great soccer on display here all weekend long, and certainly today in this championship. So Suburban FC, they are indeed the champions.
Please welcome to the field Suburban FC's Director of Communications and Marketing, Chelsea Norris, to present the Maritime Super Series trophy to the captains of Suburban FC.
So the championship trophy presented now to Suburban FC. They'll pose for some pictures, and then they'll get to take that trophy over and celebrate.
Super Series champion.
So the history books will say the first ever Maritime Super Series women's champions were Suburban FC in the year 2023. So congratulations to Coach Andrew McDonald, assistants Jesse Bergens and Ollie Hewish, and the entire Suburban FC soccer club on a successful Maritime Super Series and for being the women's division champions. So don't go too far. We're going to do a player of the game interview in just a moment. We'll do that in a second. See who we can get, and we'll have a chat fieldside. We'll do that in just a moment. Suburban FC, your women's champs.
Apologies, kicking off in 2 minutes.
Welcome back to Wickwire Field on the campus of Dalhousie University, where Suburban FC just defeated Winsloe Charlottetown Royals 4-3 to capture the first ever Maritime Super Series Women's Championship. Grace Longley, first of all, congratulations. How's it feel?
Feels awesome, honestly. It was a hard battle, a couple of weekends for sure, so it was really nice to come out on top at the end.
In this game today, you would take the lead and the Royals would come back. You would take the lead, the Royals would come back. What was the mood on the bench, on the pitch, in terms of, sticking with it and not feeling like, oh my gosh, how are we ever going to get there?
For us, it was definitely just sticking as a team, kind of winning all of our tackles, pushing forward, just keeping up the hard work the whole time, and just going for the win in the end.
Of your team's 4 goals, 2 of them on penalty kicks. Your teammate Sydney Kennedy had 1, and then in the 79th minute, you were fouled inside the 18-yard box. When the contact first happened, did you know right away you were going to the penalty kick spot?
I was hoping so. I wasn't 100% sure how the call would go, but definitely thought that it was the right call that was made when the penalty happened.
In a game like that with a championship on the line and a tie score, what's going through your mind as you walk up to the spot getting ready to make that kick?
Definitely nervous, definitely some nerves going through my mind, but honestly just taking it and rolling with it and then hoping it works out for me. So.
You struck it well from the spot. The keeper got hands on it, but it went up into the corner. What was going through your mind when you saw that ball go into the goal?
Well, scared for sure. Was hoping for the best. Was hoping she wouldn't fully get her hands on it. It worked out in the end, so I was just happy that it worked out for us for sure.
Now, I know that you play for Coach Emmett Batra at Acadia for the Axe Women, your university soccer, but what has this Super Series meant to you in your development as a player?
Just honestly kept me playing with a really good group of girls throughout the summer, keeping the fitness up, keeping the technical area there, and just really excited to go into camp, knowing a bunch of the players on our team played for Acadia as well, so keeping close with them will really help us going into the season.
The Atlantic University sports soccer season not too far away. What's your message for Axe Women soccer fans for the upcoming season?
Let's go get those white hats.
The famous white hats. Listen, Grace, thank you very much. Congratulations
Thank
again
you so much.
on the game-winning goal and the championship.
Thank you.
That's Grace Longley. She's from Bedford, and she's a Maritime Super Series champion. Don't go too far. We've got more soccer action coming your way from Wickwire Field. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Good job, you. Yeah, you too.